Welcome to Season 4 of Extreme Reloading. Hey, this is our sneak peek for what's about to come throughout this whole winter. And what we're going to cover in this season is reloading for this old gun. Now we're going to be focusing on the 8mm Mauser in the M48 bolt-action rifle. Now whenever you're loading for these older guns, there are some special considerations. And one of those certainly is safety. Your safety, of course, as well as you don't want to damage that old gun. Now you've got to understand that while the steel may look pretty much the same as the steel that you're seeing in modern rifles today, there have been a tremendous number of advances in metallurgy and the science of steel since the 1940s, 1950s, and so on and so forth. Now we've got a couple of those old guns. One is an M48 Mauser. You may have watched the video on that one. And that one was produced at the end of World War II, maybe even as early as 1950. We're not really 100% certain of that. But nonetheless, that's still a very old gun. Then we have an even older gun, and that is the 7.7 Arisaka bolt-action rifle, which was early production World War II. So that was probably late 1930s, perhaps early 1940s. That's really an old gun. And you certainly don't want to damage those guns, and you certainly don't want to injure yourself or anyone else who might be shooting it. So that is a special consideration. Now the other thing is, these are kind of fun guns to shoot. There are so many calibers out there today that probably beat those two. Now some folks are going to complain about that, saying, no, that's the greatest caliber that ever was. But you really don't see the 8mm Mauser loaded in very many modern rifles today. Sometimes you'll find a special, Ruger might put one out every now and then, but I haven't seen a rifle chambered in 7.7 Arisaka in an awfully long time, or 7.7 Japanese. And probably the reason for that is there are newer calibers, newer cartridges out there that beat these older cartridges. Beat them as far as applicability for long-range shooting, beat them for hunting applications and these sorts of things. That doesn't mean that they're not good guns, or in their day they certainly were really good guns. But they are still fun guns to shoot, no doubt about that. But what we don't have to do, we don't have to try to push these guns to get the most muzzle velocity out of them, to do this, that, or the next thing. What we want to do, again, is have a safe round to fire, make sure that it's fun to shoot this gun, and what we're really going to try to do is within those bounds, we're going to try to craft some very accurate and precise ammunition. That's kind of what it's all about. Now, some of our upcoming episodes will focus on the components. We're going to talk about selecting dies. We're going to talk about selecting brass, primers, powder, and bullets. Then we're going to spend some time working up a load in the 8mm Mauser and looking for the optimal charge weight, and specifically seeking that sill. We'll be shooting for group. And if we have any luck, our optimal charge weight setting will give us nice, precise, small little groups. I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. And sometimes it doesn't, so we got to kind of go back to the drawing board and tweak something here, tweak something there. But in that process, we're going to talk about crafting consistency. There's some low-hanging fruit, little tips and techniques and tricks that we can all use to increase the consistency and thereby increase the accuracy or precision of our rounds. And then there's some more extreme things that we'll experiment with along the way. Hey, I hope that you're going to watch our upcoming season of Extreme Reloading. So stay tuned and see you later.